5 people you must avoid in old age. As we age, life becomes less about rushing to achieve and more about savoring moments of peace, connection, and self-care. For seniors, especially those aged 65 and beyond, maintaining emotional health is vital. One of the most profound ways to protect your well-being is by carefully discerning the people you allow into your life. Unfortunately, not everyone contributes positively to your golden years. Some may even detract from them. Here, we explore 5 types of people you should avoid in old age, even if they are family members. Protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's a necessary act of self-love. If you resonate with this message, give this content a thumbs up and subscribe for more valuable insights. 1. The manipulator. As we age, the value of peace and emotional balance becomes immeasurable. Yet, manipulators, often hiding behind the guise of needing help or affection, can disrupt this tranquility. At first, their requests may appear harmless, even reasonable. But over time, their reliance can evolve into something toxic, leaving you emotionally drained and resentful. Recognizing the manipulator. Imagine this. You're enjoying a quiet afternoon, reflecting on the beauty of a life well lived. Suddenly, the phone rings. A relative or friend needs one more favor. Perhaps it's a ride, a small loan, or an errand they could easily handle themselves. At first, you're happy to oblige, but as their requests pile up, you begin to notice a pattern. They only call when they need something. Worse, they use guilt to ensure your compliance, saying things like, "You're the only one I can count on." Over time, manipulators may even escalate their behavior. They might begin to expect you to anticipate their needs without being asked, subtly implying that your care and attention are their right. This can create a dynamic where you feel perpetually on edge, worried about letting them down. How to handle the manipulator? Recognize patterns. Acknowledge how often their needs dominate your interactions. Set boundaries. Firmly but kindly say, "I'm sorry, but I can't help this time." Reassess the relationship. Ask yourself whether their presence enriches or drains your life. Sometimes stepping back from a manipulator requires the courage to accept that not all relationships are meant to last. Prioritize your peace above maintaining connections that harm your well-being. Manipulators often rely on their charm to navigate relationships, making it difficult to identify the harm they cause until it's too late. It's vital to evaluate your interactions and ensure they align with your values and priorities. 2. The self-absorbed narcissist. Later in life, connections become even more precious. However, self-absorbed individuals, often described as narcissists, can overshadow meaningful relationships with their incessant need for attention and validation. Spotting a narcissist. Picture this. You're sharing a cherished memory with a loved one. Before you finish, they interrupt, steering the conversation toward their own experiences. Every interaction feels like a performance where your voice fades into the background. Narcissists thrive on being the center of attention, often dismissing your needs and feelings in the process. They might also undermine your achievements subtly, making you question your own accomplishments. For instance, if you proudly share a new hobby or project, they might respond with a dismissive comment like, "That's nice, but have you heard about what I'm doing?" Over time, this can erode your self-confidence. How to navigate these relationships? Reclaim the dialogue. Say, "I'd like to finish what I was saying." Limit engagement. Reduce time spent with those who consistently overshadow you. Foster positive connections. Seek relationships where your voice is valued and your presence celebrated. Remember, narcissists' inability to empathize reflects their shortcomings, not your worth. Prioritize connections that uplift and appreciate you. Build a network of friends who encourage mutual respect and active listening, qualities often absent in relationships with narcissists. 3. The critic. The freedom to live authentically is one of the greatest joys of aging. Yet critics, those who constantly find fault, can rob you of this freedom, sowing doubt and negativity. Understanding the critic. Critics often project their insecurities onto others. Their remarks, though framed as helpful advice, may undermine your confidence. For example, a friend might comment, "Why are you wasting time on that?" regarding your hobbies, subtly implying that your choices lack value. Critics also tend to focus on the negative aspects of situations, dismissing achievements or efforts. Their consistent negativity can create a stressful environment where you find yourself constantly second-guessing your decisions. How to respond to critics? Filter their feedback. Not all opinions are worth your time. Stand firm. Say, "I appreciate your input, but I'm happy with my choices." Redirect the conversation. Highlight positive aspects of your actions or shift the dialogue to uplifting topics. Critics' negativity doesn't define your worth. Embrace your passions with pride and let their opinions fade into irrelevance. Sometimes creating physical or emotional distance from overly critical individuals can be the healthiest choice for preserving your self-esteem. 4. The irresponsible. Irresponsible individuals avoid accountability, often transferring the consequences of their poor decisions onto others. Their reliance on your kindness can feel exploitative, leaving you emotionally and financially burdened. Recognizing irresponsibility. A family member repeatedly asks for financial help, promising each time that it's the last. Despite your assistance, their habits remain unchanged. This cycle of dependency drains your resources and peace of mind. Irresponsible people may also fail to acknowledge the sacrifices you've made to support them. They might dismiss your concerns, saying things like, "You've always helped before," or "It's not a big deal." These remarks can make you feel unappreciated and undervalued. How to set limits. Establish boundaries. Say, "I'm not able to help financially, but I'm here to support you in other ways." Encourage growth. Allow them to face the consequences of their actions, fostering personal accountability. Prioritize yourself. Redirect your time and energy toward pursuits that bring joy and fulfillment. Your golden years are not the time to shoulder others' burdens. Setting boundaries allows you to enjoy the peace you've earned. Support from a community group or trusted advisor can also provide valuable guidance when navigating relationships with irresponsible individuals. 5. The ungrateful. Giving, whether it's time, wisdom, or love, is one of life's greatest joys. Yet ungrateful individuals can diminish this joy, failing to acknowledge or value your efforts. Signs of ingratitude. You prepare a heartfelt holiday meal, only to hear complaints or indifference. Over time, such responses erode the satisfaction of giving, leaving you feeling unappreciated and undervalued. Ungrateful individuals may also take your generosity for granted, expecting your help without offering gratitude in return. This entitlement can make your efforts feel obligatory rather than appreciated. How to foster gratitude. Scale back. Focus your efforts on those who appreciate your gestures. Communicate. Express how their behavior affects you. "It's disheartening when my efforts go unnoticed." Celebrate your kindness. Take pride in your acts of generosity, regardless of others' responses. Ungratefulness doesn't define you. Surround yourself with those who cherish and reciprocate your love. Reflect on the joy that your generosity brings to your own life, independent of others' reactions. Practicing self-gratitude by acknowledging your own efforts can also restore your sense of fulfillment. Protecting your peace. Your golden years are an opportunity to live authentically, free from toxic influences. By recognizing and setting boundaries with manipulators, narcissists, critics, the irresponsible, and the ungrateful, you create space for joy, respect, and meaningful connections. Reflect on your journey and celebrate the life you've built. Prioritize relationships that honor your worth and embrace the freedom to live on your terms. Remember, the legacy of your golden years is not just about what you give, but also about the peace and joy you allow yourself to receive. By creating a life filled with positivity and mutual respect, you ensure that this chapter becomes a celebration of everything you have achieved and all that you continue to offer.